Happy birthday to me, 1981. Oh my god, I have a whole bunch of overall thoughts on this. I've been waiting to do this review for a while now. I had to get it just right. This is a great representation of an 80s slasher movie. The more you watch it, the better it gets. You can't even see it on YouTube. I had to download it. The people that are in the know and 80s slashers, they know all about this. But if you haven't seen it, you really need to go out of your way and see it. They had to edit down and cut out a lot of the gore, but that doesn't even take away from the movie.
Yeah, because it just keeps you guessing, keeps on guessing of who the killer is. It's real good. Red herrings.
And then, yeah, it plays out over the course of a week. And be aware that it's
a bunch of filler scenes, but it's like 10 snobs, from a high school.
Yeah, be aware, it plays over the course of a week. It isn't like a birthday party and they all get killed in one night. I wish it would have been like that, but it plays over the course of a week, and they do kind of like, one of them starts like, they all start disappearing one at a time until the villain is revealed. Anyway,
and you watch them, you're like, they're all friends, but even though in real life, none of these kids would be friends.
Yeah, they do a soccer game, they do a motocross
race.
race.
Soccer game filler, and it's like the beanie kid as the goalie. And he's like one of those kids in high school that you always know you can bum a square off of, but he's like, yeah, but it's a rollie.
He's like one of those kids who you always know has a lighter.
He's like, all I got is a rollie. All I got is rollies.
Yeah, and then, the theme and soundtrack in the middle could have a little bit been better, but the original song that I'm playing right now, that ends at the credits, is just, it's a great, true euphoric feel, and it's just perfect.
To the black and red credits, it's perfect.
It's just perfect for this freaking movie. The whole 2 hours wait is just worth the 15-minute ending. You'll know what I'm talking about once you see it, and if you see it, you definitely know what I'm talking about. But anyway, they also do like a motocross race because they're stuck in the 70s hardcore, because this was made in the early 80s. They filmed it in Canada. And then there's a dance. Yeah, if they really would have condensed it, this movie would be near perfect.
And all they did was write that scene just so they could lead up to him, like, showing that he took her underwear from out of the room.
Yeah.
That's all it was. It was just to lead up to that.
Yeah, and it plays out like a Murder, She Wrote episode where they hide the villain. Actually, there's more hints. There's more subtle hints as to who the villain is in this. The more times you see it, you can pick up on it than if you watch a Murder, She Wrote episode. You can watch a whole Murder, She Wrote episode, and there'll be like different conflicts who have different reactions, so that you won't be able to pick up who the villain is. It'll be like impossible, but this one you can if you rewatch it.
I was gonna say, but the first time you can't really notice though.
You really can't tell.
There's so many pranks that they're playing on, where they're, doing, like they're like, making fun of the people who are missing and whatnot, and you just can't tell who is the killer.
And a bunch of the dudes are like all like Italian Jew inbreds, and they all look alike.
Oh yeah.
Part of the Crawford 10, you're like, this guy's a red herring.
We're not racist, we're just stating the obvious.
And you don't even know who is. There's like so many red herrings throughout the film, and then 3 of the guys look alike, like I was saying. And they try to make, okay, now we're gonna go into people who have seen. Now we're gonna go into people who have seen the movie. So if you haven't seen it, go and check it out, then watch this review.
Yeah, because you don't want spoilers of this. We don't want to ruin it for you because it's a really good movie.
Anyway,
what? The kills? Where she gets the freaking shaver in the beginning to the throat to start it off.
Obviously, they make you believe Ginny herself is the killer. And,
because she had the operation.
And she is having suppressed traumatic memories.
From when her mom...
They really build up that story throughout it, and it makes a lot of sense.
And you just think that she was like a CIA guinea pig, and you don't
It's a pretty good story on itself, just that storyline.
Oh, it keeps you leading up to it in suspense.
Yeah, and then when you see the trailer, you think it's going to be a straightforward slasher. But no, with a bunch of random outside the box kills.
It keeps throwing curves to you.
And like, Ginny as the killer in her birthday, but no, they keep on throwing sliders and change-ups to you.
Like that one douchebag.
And that's what makes the ending so great. It gives us the twist ending.
Like after the freaking filler of the soccer game, and then the one douchebag like takes her and he acts like Igor up in the freaking church, like they're on a date at the church, and it's like retarded. And then he drops down later on the library, and the cops are there like searching like for him, And then like they find the skull in the garden, and the happy music plays like, oh, it's from the The
Science lab. Why would you even talk about that scene?
Why?
No one
'Cause it's
cares.
filler.
Let's just talk about the death scenes. There's the opening scene where Bernadette gets killed. They slit her throat. And of course they edited that real short, so they didn't show the blood come out, but it's still a dope death.
So then what is next? The motorcycle?
Yeah, the motorcycle scarf. They don't even like show the death. They just show.
That was the best one out of all of them because you like.
It's the horror of thinking about it. Like if you're in that situation.
Oh yeah, if you got your scarf cut, caught inside the wheel, and then dragged your face to it, and you got all rubber burned and everything.
And then there's the weight room death scene. That's another just like the scarf one.
First off, the kid would have just threw the weight off to the side if he was about to have a weight thrown in his nuts.
That's just getting too
in depth. Is that a spoiler?
No.
A weight to the nut.
How would that? Okay, just shut up.
Okay.
Anyway, Ginny has suppressed memories from the accident of the experimental surgery on her brain.
Wait, before that though, it's like they think they kill that one chick because the kid does the prank and it's like him with the taxidermy. But that's not a kill though because it's a fake,
They get you believe in a lot of different things.
You think it's the beanie kid.
Your mind's racing everywhere.
And then you think it's her because she's had the experiment on her with her head, and you're like, you just don't know.
And anyway, they showed them cutting her skull. Remember, they showed the surgery like Jigsaw and Saw 3.
That seems brilliant.
And then Glenn Ford shows up. He's the doctor for Ginny. He talks to Ginny at the library, and it's like reminiscent to when Cotton Weary and Sydney talk to each other in Scream 2.
Yeah, taking it back to that Jigsaw. It looks, for the 80s, it looked real good with that surgery.
Anyway, we're going to wind it up and talk about the last 30 minutes now.
Dear Ginny.
Anne shows up.
Yeah, she shows up after she
house.
She kills the dude after the dance at her house with the shish kebab.
Yeah, and she ends up faking her death in the bathtub, and the doctor shows up and she's like, look, you didn't kill her. So then it makes the audience believe that Ginny's still the killer.
And that she's just psychotic and going on these kill reigns.
Yeah, and
she's traumatized from the surgery.
And anyway, it gives a flashback. It gives it even more of an in-depth of a story. It has so many layers, and there's a flashback of her birthday 4 years ago when she had the accident with her mom on the bridge.
And it shows how she got the idea embedded into her about,
About getting to a payback. That's how they were originally going to write the script, so that it would be revenge, and that was her last memory that she ever remembered, is getting revenge on the Crawford 10. And that's how they were going to end it, is it was supposed to be her as the killer in her birthday.
Yeah, at the beginning.
But that was the trend for 80s slashers to have a twist. So that's why they made the twist with Anne as the killer. I was
gonna say, but this one, it just twisted all over. Well, in terms of the red herrings, you just didn't know who it was. And then it's a total twist when it's like, her taking off the mask at the end.
Yeah.
Because the taxidermy kid, he made that fake mask of the other girls in the props.
And then
she kills the beanie kid too at the grave accidentally with the knife. Or you could say it was on purpose.
Anyway, she kills the doctor in the dark. You think it's Jenny, but they still are showing killer POV at this point. And
doesn't he get the fire poker to the dome?
Yeah, but you really can't see. It's kind of dark. Anyway,
depending on which version you download.
Anyway, Mr. Wainwright comes home, and it starts storming, and it's the infamous grave scene. How they have the grave scene, their mom's buried out in the backyard. It's so fucking dope.
Oh, it's pretty sweet.
The final 15 minutes of this movie are so freaking amazing. It's just carnage, ecstasy. The power goes out.
Oh, wow.
And Mr. Wainwright goes upstairs for the infamous dead bodies around the table scene. Reminiscent to Mortuary 1981 and Sleepaway Camp 2.
With all the dead bodies around at the endings, but this one was definitely
the best representation of it. There's also another movie in 81 that came out where they do I can't remember what it's called. Someone just uploaded it the other day, Karimi something. It used to be Bubblegum 5000. Anyway, then Ginny's like, no, and it's like all the dead bodies around the birthday cake set up, all showing up for her party 4 years later, and it's Ginny holding the bloody knife that she used to kill half of them.
I think it's her, twin sister.
No, after she killed... I got this. After she kills her dad...
He's got this.
her dad dies. Mr. Wainwright dies, believing that it's Ginny. That it was his daughter, Ginny, and the procedure went wrong. But then it's the infamous revealing.
That it's, not her. Right there to the left with her pulling off the mask.
Of that Anne faked her death, Billy Loomis style. Billy Loomis straight jacked her swag from Scream 1.
Her swagger.
Freaking Scream, they totally jack a bunch of different elements, including Anne's motivation of how she's getting back at her for her mom being a whore and sleeping with her dad, and Ginny is her bastard child. Oh, it's freaking great. It's straight Billy Loomis, and they didn't even like give it a shout out and Scream at all. And you're like, what the hell?
So that it totally, throws you off beat.
Of course, L-Mid has no opinion on that.
I'm saying I never saw, the mask being ripped off, or I never saw that coming. And then you're like, yeah, and then it all comes into place with, her. You think, yeah, they totally fool you with, thinking that, she's killing everyone because they didn't show up to her birthday party. And then it's a total throw. It's not even about her. It's about
and
her
she's
friend.
Like, and the gift is they all get to see you die.
Oh, that line's tight. Good.
And then she's like, takes off the mask and she's like, surprise, Sydney.
No, wrong movie, dude.
No, they stole it. So this was the original surprise, Sydney, without the Sydney.
So they stole it. Scream. But
oh my god.
Total good feel, totally thrown off, you're blown away, you're like, oh my goodness.
Oh my god, as a sociopath, you envy great psychopathic villains like this.
No, as a psychopath.
And I know what you're saying, JBM, you're such a malevolent bastard. No, I'm not a malevolent bastard. Unfortunately, my parents planned to have me, and I have to deal with an eternal soul.
Oh wow.
He went there.
He's ranting on himself now.
He went there. Anyway,
he's psychotic.
And the second time you watch it, you can pick up on the subtle, sinister moments that they have of her show. There's a bunch of, after the scene's over, where they'll show her face and she'll be making smarts, or she'll be making comments like, and this is Tracy Bregman's first role, and she did way better than Jill, Emma Roberts, who was in a bunch of movies, including a show before this. Way better than Jill as Ghostface. She plays way better psychopath, and she was only 18 when she filmed this. Emma Roberts was 20.
Yeah, she doesn't have that evil look. I think it's just the lighting, it's too bright, modern days, when they show it, even though it's a horror movie. Then this one, it's all dark, and you can totally get the feel of her being psychotic and whatnot.
She's so hot, though.
Okay.
She likes sports and killing people. She's the one who's cheering the most at the soccer game and the motocross.
She's like, kill him. At the soccer game.
She likes sports and killing people, just like JBM. No, except for I like watching people get killed. I don't like killing them.
We gotta make that clear for.
Anyway, Tracy Bregman, she's still hot. She's been in soap operas since 1978.
Oh, wow.
She's probably gone over like 100,000 makeovers.
Darnell Weeks watches soap operas.
He does rants on soap operas on YouTube.
And nobody watches.
Really? Anyway, and in another few hints, she was like, "I'm gonna break your neck" after they jumped the bridge. In the
yeah, but the first time you watch, you can't even catch any of them. I mean, you kind of can, but you can't. You just they throw you off.
Then when she shows up at her house towards the ending during the day, when she throws the keys out the window, Anne's like, "I want to hear all the gory details." Only a psychopathic 80s villain would say that.
It's a good line.
You know what I'm saying, Horror Squad?
How they wrote it in there, it's her to say that, When she killed the kid with the shish kebab.
And then she fakes her death the morning of the birthday, Billy Loomis style. We don't get to see the axe and the cake like you see in the trailer, but whatever.
Yeah, just like Mortuary, how like the trailer has nothing to do with the actual film. Like, the guy coming out of the grave. He doesn't get it, guys.
Oh, I get it. I know exactly what you're talking about in that scene. Anyway, any other? And then
overall thoughts is when she
shut up.
You think she's gonna kill her?
Also, she kills her. No, Anne didn't even invite Ginny over to her party 4 years earlier. That's another clue. And then Ginny shoved Ginny in the car for the bridge jump when they were all leaving the pub in the opening scene.
To remember of her drowning.
They try to make her insane, kind of like how they try to make Norman Bates insane.
Okay, it totally throws you off because you don't know, you think she's about to get killed, but then she kills her, and then the cop walks in or whatever, and freaking, it's totally, she's innocent, but then she ends up going to jail for it all, and you're like, oh, this is crazy.
Oh yeah, so she ends up, and then that's probably what they're gonna say. They're like, you killed your freaking doctor, and all the doctors are gonna be like, open and shut case. Yep, this experimental procedure didn't work,
and she's found with 9 bodies.
And she's crazy.
And a birthday cake.
And you're like, wow.
Oh wow. L-Mid forgot to tell me to freaking switch the thing over.
You're such a faggot, Luke. I swear to God.
Right,
so she didn't even look up.
Nobody cares. Overall thoughts?
And then
I give it a 9 out of 10.
Anyway, what's her name? Tracy Ann Thompson. She killed 6 out of the 10 of the Crawford 10 just to frame Ginny on her 18th birthday. It's such poetic gore, and she's perfect. Overall thoughts, 9.5 out of 10. It would be a 10 out of 10 if it was condensed into an hour.
I only gave it a 9 out of 10 because of the filler scenes, because they use a lot of long filler with the soccer and the motocross. And
that's exactly why
That's why I did 9.5.
And not a full perfect.
Alright, definitely check it out. Definitely must see.
Scream, I want a freaking remake of this, even though they couldn't even make it that amazing.
If you're listening all the way
there was rumors of a remake of this in 3D, but it never came to fruition. Bloody Disgusting reported it back in 09, but we're still waiting for it. You know how it goes in pre-production hell. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say.
Subscribe, comment.
Shut up, I swear to God. Happy birthday to me. I freaking love this movie.
Josh freaking hates me.
He freaking hates me.
Alright, shut up.